Hello, fellas. Welcome to Longchun After Dark. This game was made for the Spooktober Visual Novel Jam 2025, according to the game description. So this game is set in Longchun in northern China, and it is beset by multiple brutal murders in the town. That is. You play as a forensic student enjoying her summer break. At least I believe you play as a forensic student. So anyway, a forensic student by the name of Xian, Xian, right, is enjoying her summer break, working part-time at a trendy cafe until strange happenings starts happening around her. So anyway, as you can see in this this game is set in 2004, by the way. So as you can see, this user interface of a computer, it really reminds you of the early 2000 Windows computer, don't you think? I mean, look at this. Yeah, I'm getting nostalgia just looking at this computer screen. All right, let's begin. I believe we click here. Yeah, Longchun After Dark. Back to Longchun BBS. My settings, my profile, notification. Account created 2003 August 12. Okay. I wasn't planning to tell anyone about this at first, but it keeps bothering me and I don't know where to go for advice. So I'm posting here. I hope this forum will have some suggestions for me. This all probably goes back to 1.5 months ago when I started working at that cafe, but it's getting late and starting 1.5 months ago might take too long, so I'll jump to a week ago. I'll try to keep things short. If anyone wants, I'll do another summary of what happened before. In keeping with forum tradition, I'll start from the beginning. I go to university here and I'm in my 3rd year. Since I have nothing to do over summer break, I found a place to work. It's a cafe. The decor is very trendy, the boss is really nice, oh shit, I right click. Oh. Thank God, I thought I skipped. The pay is good and there aren't that many customers, so I basically just have to wash a few cups and sweep the floor every day. I have a friend who's pretty into spiritual stuff. I don't know exactly what she believes in. Whenever we pass by a Taoist or Buddhist temple, she always goes in to pray. And she loves telling people's fortunes. They're actually pretty accurate. Before I started working here, she told me not to do it. She said this street was haunted. I didn't believe her. And there are so many shops in this street and they're all doing so well. How could it be haunted? But now I'm thinking maybe I really should have listened to her. Before I started working here, I've never drunk coffee. The shop opens at 8 a.m. every day and closes at 6 p.m. The staff will have to come in an hour early to clean up and prepare for opening. There's a whole row of small shops on the street like fast food places and hair and nail salons, and the upper floors are used for apartments. The estate is in the back and we all come in through the residential buildings. Just 1 week before this post, a suitcase showed up on the path to work. I remembered it very clearly, a regular suitcase, 22 inches, pretty clean with a sticker on it saying handle with care or something. Since there are so many shops around here, I figured it must belong to one of the shop owners. I shouldn't move it. So I left it sitting out there and no one else took it either. But 3 days ago I decided something was off and called the police. Ever since the suitcase appeared, I've been noticing a strange smell in the area. And on the 13th, I confirmed that it was coming from inside the suitcase, and the sun's been so strong these few days with zero rain. But there was a small wet puddle under the suitcase. The liquid must have leaked out from inside. I'm studying forensics. I've never been to a crime scene, but I know what a rotting corpse smells like. I got really scared, and with that one case making waves recently, I had to call the cops right away. The ones who showed up weren't detectives. They say it was probably just someone's dead pet inside the suitcase. And then as soon as it was open, we all started gagging and throwing up. It was on the news yesterday morning. I'm sure you all saw it. This suitcase was full of the 4th victim's organs. The creepiest part is that when I asked around, the other shop workers all said they'd never seen the suitcase before. They only found out about it after the police came. It's serious. It still seems really weird to me. That suitcase was stinking for days with all restaurants all around and everybody walking to work along this route. Why didn't anyone do anything about it? I just can't make sense of it. Since the police didn't say it was classified, I'm posting it here on After Dark. I'd love to hear what you all think. And I accidentally right click again. God damn it. Okay, what should I click? I can't click cancel, only publish. Well, someone has replied to your post. Once you're done browsing, you can click post and upload a photo to reply. If you change your mind after making a choice, you can re-upload. Okay. Okay. Yo, OP, aren't you supposed to be studying forensics? If you believe in this supernatural stuff, you're gonna scare yourself to death during autopsy training. I bet the other workers just wanted to avoid any trouble, so they told you they didn't see anything. You're getting too hung up on this bullshit. Can I manage account? What's this? Tangled Webs. Username. She's lazy, too lazy to even write. Okay. My post about the recent discussion. Thoughts on the Julong River case. Is this case recently bizarre? Okay, so you ripped the first half from the news, but where's the second half from? The Storytime forum? Not gonna lie, the first half. What's this? And it's a long line of probably irrelevant. Carp something. A man was there. A store cliche. Huh. Okay. Post. Post what? What am I supposed to post? Oops. Oh no. I clicked on the wrong thing. Okay, let's I gotta check this real quick. Okay, we're back on track. That just clicking here just opened a link and I got I thought it ruined the recording, but never mind. All red. What's this all red? I have no idea. Supernatural forum. Longchun After Dark forum rules. What's this? The early version of Reddit? I think it is. Please use direction when discussing real cases. Discussion, manage account. What should we upload? Bloody suitcase. Ah, so this is the suitcase. Maybe there are supernatural forces. I don't believe in this occult stuff. If they didn't tell the police because they didn't want to get any trouble, I get it. But that suitcase is really weird. Now that I think about it, it was getting in everyone's way. Why did nobody feel like moving it? So many people pass through there all the time. I don't believe in the supernatural, and this has nothing to do with the autopsies, okay? Even people who aren't superstitious get scared by ghost stories. Publish. Reply posted. You can continue browsing the forum. You can also click start and select sleep if you like to leave your computer. Which start? Oh, this one right here? Oh, okay. Alright, let's go to sleep. No reason to just... What's this shut down? Does this quit the game? Whatever. Time to sleep. Fuck it. Who cares? Shiyan! That's me! Is it me? Who knows if anyone can help me anyway? Who cares, man? It's the internet. Never mind, at least I'll feel better after getting it all out. It says the computer screen slowly dims and so do the words I hesitantly typed into the forum post. All this just happened today, but after shaking off my unease and sifting through the events, it occurs to me that apart from my initial burst of panic and fear, I have so many doubts. Even more than I noticed at first. I think back to what the police said. Isn't this case just like a gurgling noise shatters the somber atmosphere? Come to think of it, between my job and giving evidence for the investigation, I haven't had a proper meal all day. I'll make some supper. And what's that you gonna make? I turn on the gas stove in the kitchen. A froth of bubble forms in the pot, like a pond with a school of goldfish breathing underneath. As the water churns, all the doubts I've kept suppressed surge up with the billowing ripples. What's this? The police station where they took my statement was pretty small, but it was full of people. Even while giving my statement, I could hear the flurry of hasty footsteps outside the room. Thank you for your cooperation. Please stay in town for the next few days and keep in touch. If anything else comes up, we might need to confirm more details. I understand. Did anyone else say anything apart from me? That box was sitting there for ages. Was it just me who smelled something strange? Why didn't they call the police? A somewhat odd expression flickered across the young officer's face and his gaze darted around the room. His colleague, who had been sitting next to us, had stepped away and was rummaging around the printer. Once he was sure he and I were alone, he lowered his voice and spoke. We've asked around, and no, they didn't say anything. But don't worry, it'll be fine. We definitely have an explanation for you all. For now, just look after yourself. Let us know right away if you spot any suspicious people hanging around. What are you whispering about? What's this? Save, load, preferences, title. What's this do? Are you sure? Main menu. Okay. Nope. I wanna look at this. Look, I'm trying to cut you some slack, but you should forget everything that you learned at the academy. No private conversations allowed. And you, Xu Yan, was it? A young lady like you shouldn't go around prying into things. Stay at home quietly. Wait till you hear from us. Oh yes, someone's here to pick you up. A friend of yours, apparently. My friend? China. So this is northern China in 2004, just to remind you guys. The place looks old, I'd say. Hey, it's Wen Hao. It's me. Boss! What are you doing here? We won't be getting much business for a while with all this going on, so I closed the shop early and swung by to pick you up. Thank you, boss. This is why I like you, boss. What's wrong? You look so worn out. Have they been giving you a hard time? There was a gentle smile on her face, but as I looked at her, an involuntary shudder ran through me. Her warm hand settled on the back of mine, softly clasping my icy fingertips. What if... A resounding bang slams against my eardrums, derailing my train of thought. I reflexively whirled to see a bird, a smear of blood, and feathers and brains splattered against the window, slowly sliding down the glass. The pot has boiled dry, and the smell of burning rises from it. August 17, 2004, 7th lunar month, and I didn't even finish reading it. Whatever, who cares? You guys can read it. You guys can pause the video and read it. Read it. Someone has replied to you. Once you're done browsing, check the replies, click reply to response. Reply? Where? Here? 9 new notifications. Reply. Okay. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Okay, forensics. This is the reply. And what's this? If they didn't, okay, this is my reply, and this previous has a point. Plus, maybe everybody ignored it out of a habit. Don't underestimate the force of habit. Anyway, if anyone else really didn't see it but you did, then something nasty has latched onto you. OP, you better hurry up and consult a real master, or I'm afraid you're in for some bad luck. Or you can make an appointment. Hallucinating is an early sign of mental illness. Be careful, OP. OP, you're in uni already. You should trust science. Stay away from these old superstitions. LMAO. Talking about trusting science on After Dark. World of Science is down the hall to the left. A wall of text just for this. That's 5 minutes of my life I'm not getting back. OP, stop scaring yourself. Why are you even on here reading this? I don't even... Let me tell you guys, man. Personally, I never go on Reddit, right? I never read Reddit, nothing, okay? Like, if you're here on this forum, you're basically just wasting time, bro. Reading useless stuff. Did you really have to make a whole call-out post just for this? I feel like OP would be pretty good at novels. Decent prose and vivid imagination. I did go to Reddit, but it's usually just to look at video game tutorials and such stuff, man. Like, or just... solving computer errors. That's all. OP, it sounds like your friend knows her stuff. Why not ask her? You think this forum is gonna give you exorcism tips? Whoa, how do you score a sweet job like that? Me one. OP, please hook me up, blocks. What's this? You haven't finished all your replies. Why not keep going? What the hell am I gonna say to them? You have a point. Oh, that's how you reply. Okay, so it'll... Okay. You have a point. I'm just worried that she'll make fun of me. But at this rate, I might as well ask. Well, how do you score a sweet job? I don't remember exactly how I started working here either. I guess I saw an ad. Boss says we're closed for the summer, so I can't make an intro. Sorry. Can I reply some more? Nah, I don't think so. What's this post? Post what? Because of the incident in my first post, the police have blocked the area off. No one's coming to this street at all, so lots of shops are closing early. But boss says since there's nothing to do anyway, we might as well close at the usual time. Then something came up, so I logged on here. I didn't expect so many people to think I'm making all this up. I don't need to come up with fake posts, okay? I'm not trying to farm karma here. Also, I feel like I need to talk about what just happened. My boss is great, but this shop does get kind of weird sometimes. Should I publish? I'll just publish it. Proceed to post and upload today's photos. What photos? What photo? Where? What's this? Goldfish, pile of dust, dead snake by the road. I can only post the goldfish. What's this? I don't know how to put it, but this creeps me out. It probably because the shop is so old. What's so creepy about this image? What is so creepy about this? It's just a tank of goldfish. What's so creepy? Huh? The hell? How the hell does a bunch of fish creep you out? What? What? Is there someone behind the fish tank? I don't see it. Do you guys see it? Maybe I'm just blind. Maybe because the shop is so old. What is this? This neighborhood is pretty old, which is probably why the lighting in the shop is so bad. There aren't a lot of lamps either. Boss says it's for the ambience, but I just think it's really dark. I can't even make out the pictures on the walls. At least the heating is decent, and the temperature is just right for the summer, even without turning on the AC. It's just a bit damp, maybe because of the fish. Boss has a big tank of goldfish and a smaller tank of koi. The goldfish are kept in a large porcelain tank. I'm not sure what breed they are, but they are red and quite pretty. I have no idea what boss was thinking. It's not that huge a tank and there are so many fish in it, all crammed together really close. Maybe that's why these fish keep dying. As soon as one dies, all the others are fighting to eat it. The koi do get better treatment. They're kept in a large clear tank and there are only 3 or 4 of them. They're all black with reddish-orange splotches and they're really big. But there's still lots of room in that tank. I asked boss why she rears them separately, and she said it's because the koi will eat the smaller fish otherwise. If you put them in, they'll all be gone in a few days. Upload this. What if I say it's creepy? Well, the post actually change if you change the choices of your dialogue. Okay, since there's gonna be different thing, I'll just save here. Alright, let's just upload this. What's this option says? It's true that neighborhood is old, but given the layout, I don't think the lighting should be this bad. There aren't a lot of lamps, so it's really dark indoors. Boss says it's for the ambience. Strange pictures, blah blah blah, pretty much the same. This first sentence says the same thing. Boss has a big tank of goldfish and a smaller tank of koi. The goldfish are kept in a large porcelain. Quite pretty. I'm not sure what breed they are, but they are red and quite pretty. I have no idea what boss was thinking. It's not that huge a tank, and there are so many fish in it, all crammed together so closely, so that they look more like bait than pet fish. Once I asked boss why she bothers keeping them, since the fish keep dying and boss doesn't seem that fond of them. She joked that she uses them to feed snakes. The koi do get better treatment. They're kept in a large clear tank and there are only 3 or 4 of them. They're all black with reddish orange splotches and they're really big. but there's still lots of room in that tank. Sometimes I wonder if boss is really feeding all those little goldfish to the koi. Alright. Well, I'm gonna go with this shop old reply. Okay. Well, I think that's all I can post for today, right? What's this? Pile of dust in the corner. Smell of burnt joss paper. Smell of something burning. Okay, what's this? Ever since I started working here, I've noticed that there's always a faint smoky smell in the shop. Though it's usually hidden by the scent of coffee, I thought this smell was kind of familiar. Until a few days ago when my neighbor was secretly burning some scrap paper she couldn't sell. That was when I realized this is probably the smell from something burning. I also spotted a small pile of dust in the corner a while back. I have no idea where it came from, but since it had that smoky smell, it must be the remains of something that was burned. It might have been a book or maybe clothes. I'm a bit worried that someone broke in during the night and messed around. It's kind of scary to picture. Okay, what about burnt joss paper? Okay. Ever since blah 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 blah, joss paper, pretty much the same words, just a few changes, that's all. Smell of joss paper. I also spotted a small pile of dust in the corner a while back. Now I'm wondering if it was incense ash. It's almost the 15th, but boss doesn't seem like the sort of person who would burn joss paper offerings that day. And the shop doors were locked tight, so where did these ashes come from? I'll just put this. Okay. What's the point? To be honest, what's the point of posting it here? Will it says that the game has 9 different endings. So will this affect the ending? What's this? Dead snake by the road. What did this? This was done by a psychopath. And there's something even more terrifying. I keep seeing dead snakes around the shop, and sometimes birds too. Their stomachs are all cut open and they're either hanging up or all twisted. It's an awful way to die. Maybe this is the work of a human, and there's a freak living nearby or something. But animals often die mysteriously in the area too. I have no idea why. They just drop dead. Yesterday a bird smashed straight into the glass and died. It took me a while to clean up. Okay, what did this? Actually, no. This was done by a psychopath. This is the different post. And there's something else. I keep seeing dead snakes around the shop, and sometimes birds too. Their stomachs all cut open, and they're either hanging up or all twisted. There must be someone doing this. I love stories about detectives solving crimes and so on. I've seen it in plenty of novels. Serial killers who start out by torturing animals, but if I keep finding dead animals in the area, it's very plausible that there's a serial killer lurking nearby. I know it's a bit far-fetched to say this in China, but this is really creeping me out. Yesterday, a bird smashed straight into the glass and died. I have no idea why. It scared the living daylights out of me. Okay, what about psychopath, huh? What about... I feel like this one is much more... I'll just put this one. I'll just put this one instead. Okay, let's see. 2004. What's this? Workflow. Looks like I made it in time for a live blog from OP's description. It seems like someone gathered that pile there. Dust doesn't just fall into piles on its own. Someone must have done it, but since it happened in the shop, you should probably bring it up with your boss, OP. Agreed. Who knows? Maybe the boss has some personal arrangements going on. OP, you just work there. You don't need to worry too much about this stuff. Report to your boss and that's it. Previously, I can tell you're employed. Salute. Okay. What can I... That's all the strange things I can think of for now. But I'm sure there's more. It's not just coming to the mind at the moment. I'm meeting my friend tomorrow, so I'll go to sleep early. Alright. Going to sleep then. What's this? Manage account. Longchun News. Relationships, housing, rentals, meetup. Okay. Replied. Okay. Wait, hang on. God damn, the music is so the music is so soft. I didn't even notice that there was music. Okay, let's see. Um, does anyone feel like we're getting a lot of bridge jumpers lately? See title. One of my relative works at the police stations near Chulong Bridge, and he says there are more people jumping off these days. I live pretty close too, so I often pass by. Last night I saw one of them. He was holding a plastic bag and almost went over the side. Luckily, I ran fast enough to stop him. But he was a really weird guy. He asked why I was holding on to him and I felt awkward. So I was like, you should value your life, blah blah blah. And after we went back and forth for ages, he said he wasn't even trying to jump. He was just on his way back after shopping. And maybe didn't look where he was going. I got it wrong. The whole thing just felt so weird. What if the other bridge jumpers are like this too, like under a spell or something? Maybe my friends saw someone jump off the bridge a while back. They were like zombie. They didn't seem to hear anything. They just fell. Wait, is this for realsies? I've got cops in my family too, you know. Haven't heard a thing. Previous, it's real. Go look at the newspaper. There's a report every other night. This sort of thing happens all the time. It's just a question of whether it makes it into the news. Haha. Can confirm it's true. I've heard the same thing from my relatives. The dragon in the river has been locked up for too long. It's hungry. It craves flesh. Alright. When is After Dark going to get the story straight once and for all? Are there dragons in Julong River or not? Haha, previous, I can tell you're a noob. This is ancient After Dark lore. We have regular discussion threads, never gets old. When I passed by the other day, I also had a feeling like someone was calling me from under the bridge. OP, the guy you rescued, said that because he was embarrassed. Just drop it. Previous, maybe it was just a hallucination. A few decades ago, people still worshipped dragons. There used to be many temples to the Dragon King around here. Unfortunately, they're all gone now. The old folks in my family say that even further back, they really did throw people in. Wait, what do you mean? Like human sacrifice? How far back was that? We need more details. The grandma next door also said they used to throw people into the river, but that was a nasty old custom. Wasn't there some tradition of making sacrifices to the river god? It's just an urban legend now, right? Alright, enough of this Reddit stuff. Can I go housing rentals now? No? I guess not. Well, Longchun Supernatural Forum. There's even more here. Holy shit. What's this? Paid opportunity. Looking to talk to a fortune-telling feng shui master. Spirit writing shouldn't be taken lightly. The meat buns downstairs. Office workers of Zhongheng Tower. Something's wrong with the... Do you ever get hungry when scrolling after dark? Okay. Looks like we can't click on any of these cases. Alright. Okay. I think we should go to sleep, yeah. It's getting late. It's getting late and we're meeting a friend. I turned off the computer. Even after posting that bird's death last night is still on my mind, keeping me unsettled. Those black feathers drenched in fresh blood crisscrossing at jagged angles. They briefly left behind an oddly shaped mark, but it was rapidly blotted out by the streaming blood. I can't tell whether it was real or my imagination. As I sort through the photos in my camera roll, I begin to regret not taking pictures back then. All I have left are these rather outdated images. I'm not sure if they could have been considered evidence. Come to think of it, strange things like this have happened to the shop before. A work trip to the next town? I didn't know we did that kind of business. When how? It's just a few personal errands. Will you be alright by yourself? Don't worry, I just need to look after the shop for 2 days. It's not like we get that many customers anyway. Sorry. Huh? Oh, thank you. Next time you say that, you're getting a good flick on the forehead. I'm sorry, boss. I said I was sorry, boss. Are you really going right now? Time is tight. I'll bring back a present for you. Didn't you say you like the peanut candy over there? You really don't need to spend so much on meat. It's no big deal. Oh yes, remember to feed the fish for me. The fish? I haven't fed them today, have I? As soon as I stand there, they all come crowding around. Dummies. Look at them gobbling it down. Are they that hungry? I'm sure I fed them yesterday. Now for the goldfish. Huh? It's been eaten? I can't tell clearly from that image what it says. Not just that, it got ripped to shreds. That's brutal. I better get it out of there quickly, huh? What's this? The net stirs ripples across the water surface. As I scoop up the dead fish, I accidentally dislodge the pebbles decorating the bottom of the tank. I carefully sweep away the white sand with the net and lift out the half-exposed object. It's a fragment of bone from some unidentified creature. Who put this in there? Could be a decoration. Fake bones exist, you know. Decoration bones exist. August 18, 2004. Someone has replied to you. Okay, let's see. Let's see, what's this? I have no idea what this tablet is doing in my house. Like it says in the title, I have no idea why. It's a small spirit tablet. We've always had an altar at home, but I just noticed this black tiny tablet showed up next to the Buddha statue. No clue how long has it been there. There's nothing written on it. It's just blank. I asked my family, but they didn't know about it. None of us put it there. We're all scared to death. Should we get a medium to sort it out? Please highlight this post. Pics or it didn't happen. On the count of 3. I know a grandmaster who does fortune telling. Feel free to get in touch. I've sent a DM. Oh, is some deity cozying up to your family? Must have taken a shine to you guys. Just wait, you're in for a windfall soon. Okay. Let's see. Replies. Let's see. What did they say? What are they saying? What are the citizens saying? Okay. Let's be real here. Maybe OP's boss just has bad taste or got scammed by the interior designer. Lemao. Don't say that. Boss has wonderful taste. Even her outfits are exquisite. What do you mean she has bad taste? Okay, what's this reply? Looks like I made it in time. Okay, never mind. I read this before already. Agreed. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe the boss has some personal arrangements going on. OP, you just work there. Oh wait, I read this already. Okay, never mind. A bird smashed through. That's all the strange things I can... Dropping in to say that I think OP's boss just put the tank there casually. I doubt there's a real reason for it, OP. You don't have to keep taking things in supernatural directions. I'm sure there has to be some reason. A customer came in one day and was showering the boss with compliments and mentioned, oh, this fish tank is set up so beautifully, etc, etc, etc. Sweat drops. Am I the only one who thinks this is kinda off? What kind of koi eats meat? I'm getting goosebumps reading this. Agreed. I'm just thinking about all the fishies squished together is giving me trypophobia. Okay. Ah. Can I reply? No, I can't reply. OP, your story is freaking me out. I feel like your workplace is drowning in yin energy. You gotta be careful, okay? My friend who loves fortune telling told me the same thing. Thanks for the reminder. I'll keep a lookout. First a murder case, now a supernatural incident. I'm terrified just reading. Honestly, OP, aren't you thinking of quitting your job? If it was me, I'd probably have noped out of there as soon as I saw that suitcase. This is reality, not a novel, you know. You need to save your own skin. It is kind of scary, but I promise to stay until the end of my summer break. I wouldn't feel right to go back on my word, and boss is always so kind to me. Yeah, she's so kind to you. Because she needs you there, man. She needs you there as a ritual sacrifice. Maybe. Don't know really. I'm just speculating. After reading all OP's posts, I can sense that supernatural forces do indeed lie behind all this. The suitcase which only you could see must be something destined inevitably for you. The others who weren't chosen simply passed by like it was nothing. Maybe the spirit within wants your help in uncovering the truth, and it's been waiting for you this whole time. Don't be scared, OP. Think of it another way. Maybe these departed souls don't mean you any harm. They might see you as someone they can entrust with the truth. Preve, you've been reading way too many ghost stories. Why don't you go take a nap instead of spewing your fantasies here? That suitcase was obviously placed there on purpose by someone who knew exactly when OP was going to work. In my opinion, OP isn't being targeted by departed souls, but by some vicious human stalker. Be careful when you go out, OP. Get someone you trust to accompany you, safety first. We'll see once things have settled down a bit. Hehe, I've done a divination and I see previous is also haunted by something nasty. Okay. What's this? I didn't expect people to still be skeptical. I mean, I'm posting it on After Dark. If you don't believe me, why not just treat it as a story? When I got off work today, the police called me again to help with the investigation. So I got home really late. I don't have much energy to post. I'll reply to the previous post bit by bit. Maybe being so tired is giving me hallucinations. I keep feeling that there's a strange swampy smell around me. Like the sort of damp, fishy smell you get when you're walking around along the river. I'm not sure what to do about it. Maybe I should ask my partner. Publish. Partner. Wow, so OP has a partner. Super curious what OP's partner is like. I wanna know 22222 OP, you never said you had a partner before. What? Partner? You mean like a love interest? Really? What the hell? What the hell is this shite? Okay, whatever. Origin of Longchun. Seeing all the live chatter. Okay. You know what? Forget it. I'm not reading all this crap. Not reading all this random stuff. Yulong serial murder. What's this X do? What does this X do? Oh. It okay. Oh, what's this? Bloody suitcase. Dead snake by the road. Dead bird crashed into the glass. Wu Wei Jin's amulet. What's this? Boss's painting. Okay. Alright. About. What do we have at gallery? Ending B, A, B, C, D, E. Okay. Alright, I think it's time we go to sleep, man. Nothing else we need to do here. Hello? What, do we still have to post? Okay, please proceed to post and upload today's photos. What? I already posted, didn't I? What the hell? There's nothing else to do here. Can I go to sleep now? Hello? Game? Can I sleep now? Hello? Game? I don't think... What is it? Julong River. Okay. Um. Uh. Can I sleep? What's this shutdown? Oh, shutdown is quit. What's this? Return to the main menu. Okay. Can we sleep? Hello? Nothing's. Bro, what? Do we have to read all this crap? What is this tablet doing in my house? I read this before. Someone has replied to your post. After replying, please proceed to post and upload today's photos. What photos? I can't even click upload. What, is the game bugged? I hope it's not. I think I have to reply. Alright, I have to reply, okay. I have a partner, I don't have a partner. I have a partner. She's very gentle and understanding, and I'm worried all this will scare her. Yeah, I'm taken. I'm taken. I'm not single. I'm never single. Fuck a single life. That bird that crashed into the glass. This was just an accident. It was following me. Accident. I'm believing it's just an accident. This happened the night before I made this post. It was already so late, so I didn't dare to look too closely. I took the photo the next morning. The kind of thing happens in the shop. This kind of thing happens in the shop sometimes, but this was the first time it's happened at home or anywhere outside the shop. These birds and snakes and so on all seem to be drawn to something, like rats running into a baited trap. They just charge right ahead. I've been reading science articles online, and apparently since glass reflects light, birds can't really see it and tend to fly into it. Maybe that's why. When I went out in daytime to clean a window, the dead bird was gone. I guess some stray cat got it. And what if we say following me? Okay, look somehow. Does this mean... okay, this kind of thing happens in the shop sometimes, but this was the first time happened at home. These birds and snakes go on to bait a trap. They just charge right ahead. What if there really is something in the shop that lures them into the glass? Does this mean that thing is in my house now? When I went out in the daytime to clean the window, the dead bird had gone missing somehow. And when I looked closer, the blood stains seemed to form some sort of pattern. What pattern? Let's see. Yeah, it looks like it formed some kind of Chinese character. There's some sort of Chinese character, it seems. Well, I think it's just... I personally believe it's just an accident. We don't need to look so... Click post to add further information, okay? Don't need to look so deeply into it. Definitely just an accident. I mentioned before that I have a friend who loves fortune telling. We've known each other since elementary school, and we've always been in the same school and same class. All the way till university, I decided to study forensics, and she went into teacher training. Let's call her X. X is kinda into the occult, and she's dabbled in pretty much every superstition on top of her fortune telling. I told her what's been going on lately, and she gave me an amulet and said she wanted to read my fortune. Alright, publish. Proceed to post and upload today's photos. Okay, photo, what photo? Wu Wei Xin's amulet. She was spot on. I don't believe in fortune telling. The empty basket, the bloodless sacrifice, the dragon entrapped, the fruitless conquest. And I clicked the wrong... Fuck, I clicked the wrong button. I keep on clicking... God damn it. I should stop right clicking. And now how do I... crap. How do I... Okay, there we go. Alright. The empty basket, the fruitless conquest. This was the divination X cast for me. I'm not really the literary type, so I couldn't make sense of it. X explained that this hexagram means that trying to force things through will only deepen conflicts, and focusing on immediate gains will lead to disaster, so I should keep a level head. Her divinations have always been really accurate, so I decided to listen to her. I'll be more careful, or maybe I should just stick with the status quo. But what does the second half of it means? Well, does she want me to forfeit this month's salary and leave it right away? And what does the second one says? This was the divination X cast for me. X explained that this hexagram means that trying to force my way through immediately the disaster, so I should keep a level head. I've always been skeptical of fortune telling and so on. Like most people, if it's positive, I believe it, and if not, I write it off as a scam. X is always trying to get me to quit my job, so I'm pretty sure she's just doing that again. Spot. I don't believe in fortune telling, to be honest. That's a personal thing for me. I don't believe in it, man. I don't believe. Click post to add further information. Maybe this is why X wants me to stay away from the shop and my boss. Like I said before, boss put up some pictures in the shop, and this is the most eye-catching one. It's a black koi with reddish orange markings. Right. Proceed to post and upload today's photos. Okay. Alright, a painting. This is a spell. X told me this picture gives her a really bad feeling, and honestly, I feel the same. When I look at it for too long, I get weirdly uncomfortable, like there's some damp vapor seeping from the picture, and the inscription on the side looks like less words and more like a spell. Okay. X told me this picture gives her a bad feeling, but no matter how I look at it, it's just a painting. The most I can say is that the inscription on the side is kinda hard to read. Maybe it's seal script or something. Personally, I just think it's a painting, and you are being too overly dramatic. All photos have been uploaded. Click post to finish. X was in a car accident in junior high, so she has some trouble walking. When I visited her in the hospital, she sent her family away and told me the car accident was her fated calamity. Looking back on it, that was when she started to change. Okay, so she went crazy. She went crazy, man. Right, what's the reply? Let's see. Back home, I once heard an elder say that when birds fly into the glass, it isn't just by accident. They must be able to sense something we don't, which is why they rush in so frantically. There seems to be some hidden mystery in the pattern of their blood stains. OP, in this situation, you should probably get a trustworthy feng shui master to perform an exorcism. It does give me a weird feeling too. Major accidents like that do change a person's behavior and personality. OP, the changes you sense in your friend might be a result of her psychological trauma and the gradual recovery process. I think if your friend gets the chance, she should seek professional help from a psychiatrist. What's this? Reply. The fishy smell OP mentioned, maybe it's coming from the sewers. Since the weather has been so hot lately, as for birds crashing into windows and all that, it's actually pretty common every year when the seasons change. Can I reply? Reply to this one. X isn't ill. I think so too. What's this? Major. Blah, blah, no, 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 no. I think so too. People have brought up a psychiatrist before, I think. Ever since the accident, X really does seem convinced that she has some kind of psychic powers. But I hear the mental hospital in the city does shock therapy. No, forget it. I'll just spend more time with her. Yeah, I think she went crazy, man. She got the cray cray. She got the mild case of cray cray, you know. She got the mild usual case of cray cray. She went cray cray. Anyway, let's sleep. Right, what's this? As I get back from the police station, while I post my habitual plea for help, all the way until I turn off my computer and sink into bed, throughout all this, my brain is still in turmoil. Maybe it's because it's about to rain. The damp air and rank odor seep into my room, hovering just on the edge of my senses, making it hard to sleep. Or maybe it's because my headache from the past few restless nights is even more intense today. I toss and turn in bed and I find myself wider awake than ever. After a certain point, even without closing my eyes, I can picture what happened today. What exactly happened? The police station was even busier than yesterday. The uniform-clad public servants hurrying back and forth. Even with boss by my side, I felt a prickling unease, as if the metal chair I sat on was oozing frigid water. When it's my turn? Are you nervous? Of course I am. It's weird, I didn't feel like this before. The atmosphere here might be rubbing off on you. After you give your statement, how about we go grab a bite to eat? Treat it as a perk of the job. Oh, how generous of you, boss. Then I want. Before I could finish speaking, the door to the interrogation room swung open, and a police officer leaned out. Xian, this way. What up, cop? What up, pig? Haha. We called you in today because we have something else to ask you. The white lamplight shone down on my face. Its harsh glare put me on edge, as did the expressions of the two unfamiliar police officers. What is it? Xian, you're studying forensics in the city, yes? It's rare to see a girl in that field. And you live on your own too. You've got some nerve. Your instructor says your grades are excellent. Why did you choose this field in the first place? Because I was interested in the subject. Does this have anything to do with the case? Not really. I was just curious. Alright, let's get back to the point. Please think back carefully onto the day of August 8th. What were you doing? During the day when I was at my job at Rainborn Cafe, I got off work at 5 p.m. and went to the market to buy persimmons and eggs. Then I went home and stayed in all night. You remember it very clearly, I see. Because there was a customer that day. Who was it? A woman with wavy hair and a pearl necklace. I think she was in her 30s, a southerner, but I couldn't place her accent. She came in looking for the boss. We get very few customers most of the time, which is why I remember it pretty well. She wanted to talk to the boss, so I got her to knock off early. That was around 5. Can anyone corroborate your statement? Auntie Chen at the market, I guess, and the waiter at the shop next door. But why are you asking about this? The police officer seemed about to speak, but was cut off by the other officer's raised hand. That's all we have for now. You may go, but we'll be checking in with you frequently to verify certain information. You are not permitted to leave Longchun City. Is that clear? I understand. Goodbye, officer. Something just feels off. I gazed into the mirror at my own face, dripping with water as I fumbled in my bag for a tissue. But my attention was seized by the sensation of something hard against my fingertips. I hadn't brought anything with me other than tissues and lip balm, and I knew that for a fact. Right now, I was alone in the police washroom. It was completely silent. As if spellbound, I reached out my trembling hand and pulled my unzipped bag open. And in the pitch-black interior, I glimpsed the corner of something glinting with an icy industrial sheen. Something which should never ever be in my hands. Who's that? Yuan, are you in there? Hey Yuan, are you in there? Okay, August 19, 2004. Someone has replied. Okay, let's check the replies. What we got here? Ooh, mysterious. Ooh, curious. Ooh. Okay, let's see. Trusting science. Bad taste. Floyd. It's kind of scary, okay? Plus the animal thing, it seems like someone really might be targeting this shop, OP. Don't keep all this to yourself. Tell your boss ASAP. Previous, you've been blah blah blah. She's very gentle, scare her. Back home, feng shui master. Speaking of bloodstains, this pattern does look weird. I feel like it's kind of shaped like a bagua. Bagua. Previous, it's not just you. That's the first thing I thought of too. Now they mention it, yeah. Can anyone explain what this pattern means? It's just a coincidence. There's no way all dead birds leave bloodstains shaped like this. Yeah, I mentioned before. I'll save here. I don't really get your friend's divination, but don't let it bother you too much, OP. You need to get paid, and it's rough in this economy. You can decide later. Wow, I don't get it, but it seems really cool, OP. Your friend is badass. I don't get it, but it doesn't look like good news. Maybe this is why X wants me to stay away from my shop. Okay, something. Can I reply? Nah. I think I should turn the music up. I can't really hear it. Okay, there we go. I can't really hear the music. A little loud. Okay, a bit too loud. Okay, let's see. Psychiatrist, the fishy smell. Okay. Since glass is clear, birds think they can go through, so they fly right into it. You said it yourself, OP. They get confused by the reflection of the sky. Lots of reasons for this sort of thing. It's hard for a friend to be objective when they're telling your fortune, OP. You should ask someone else to give you a reading, especially since your friend didn't want you working there in the first place. A reading is bound to be biased. Agree? Plus, with stuff like hexagrams, your friend might just be stringing you along. Junior high and already talking about fated calamities? What if OP's friend really has spiritual powers, or a second sight, or a patron deity? Okay. She never talked about it, but that accident must have been devastating for her. I'm not sure. I haven't been sleeping well lately, so I still feel sluggish. I thought I'd take a nap before checking the forum, but I didn't realize it was this late. I don't know why, but I got another call from the police station. They say they want to ask me something. It really is kind of weird that they keep bringing me in for questioning. I'm not a suspect, am I? With everything else going on lately, maybe the stress is getting to me. I'm nervous. I keep hearing strange noises. The weather has been dry, but my house is damp all the time. And my clothes and sheets just refuse to dry out. It's getting really creepy. Post. Proceed to post and upload today's photos. What's this? I heard someone call my nickname. I was hallucinating. What's this? Today I was walking down the street when I suddenly heard someone calling me, and it was my nickname. The voice sounded really familiar, but no matter how I tried, I couldn't place it. My nickname is very rare, and only a very few close friends and family members use it. But it was getting dark. There was no one around at all. I've heard that when someone calls you at a time like this, you should never turn around. But I was so shocked it slipped my mind, and I turned to glance back. And since I didn't just turn all the way around, I guess it's fine. Okay. I was hallucinating. I think I might be having a nervous breakdown from all the stress, which is why I heard something on the street last night. Someone calling my nickname. The voice sounded really familiar and I heard it very clearly. Plus, my nickname is rare, so it couldn't have been meant for anyone else. It was a real shock, but when I looked back, since it was so late, there was practically no one out and about, let alone anyone I knew. I really need to go to the hospital once this is all over. I heard someone call my nickname. Click post to add a... That reminds me, X came to see me again today. She was being all cryptic, but she said someone visited her in a dream and told her that this case has something to do with spirits and boss is part of it too. Okay. Post today's photos. Okay, what is this? The fortune from Yichun Temple. Okay, the fortune from Yichun Temple. Believe Wu Wei Xin. Don't believe Wu Wei Xin. I don't believe. Of course, I don't believe a word of it. What X was implying was that boss is the killer, believing that someone close to me is a murderer just because of some baseless dream. Even on a supernatural forum, that's unheard of, though it's true that boss can be kind of odd sometimes. I can't quite remember how I came across this shop, but I do recall the day I walked into the shop for the first time and saw boss and realized that we met before. She said fate had brought us together. That's true. Over a month before, X brought me to the Yichun Temple. She said since I was thinking of dating, I should go pray for romance. But if I really did that, I'd seem so desperate. It just didn't feel right. So I ended up praying for something else. The point is, that's when we happened to meet. I ran into boss while I was drawing my fortune. In the month or so I've been working here, boss has been very kind to me. There isn't much to do in the shop, so most of the time we sit together and chat, or do our own things. I read or study, or sometimes boss even teaches me how to make coffee. Sadly, I still haven't nailed the technique. Sometimes I wonder why we get so few customers even though the shop is on such a busy street. How on earth does the place stay afloat? And how do our few customers know the boss? Just today, a really strange customer came in. He was a huge snob to me, but as soon as he saw the boss, he was all smiles. He even bowed to her with his hands clasped. I have no idea where that custom comes from, but it seemed like he was trying to ask her for something. The customers are always fawning over boss in this weird way. Or you could say that they are trying to suck up to her, just like when we beg our instructors to go easy on us for finals. Where does she even meet these people? I haven't been sleeping well lately and it's making me paranoid. There's only one security camera around the entrance and it belongs to our shop. Somebody cut the wire. Only someone who knows the internal system like the back of their hand could have targeted the camera wire so precisely among all those tangled cables. But then again, the police know all this too, so if there was any issue, they would look into the boss ages ago. I can hear thudding outside. I think someone's knocking on the door. I'll go answer it, finish writing when I come back. Okay. That is a long goddamn thing, man. That is some long shite right there. Jesus, another paragraph of lots of words. Oh my god. I really want to say I don't believe it. X probably just means that boss is the killer. Honestly, it's wild to believe that someone close to me is a murderer just based on a dream, vision, or something. But to tell the truth, I've always been kind of intimidated by the boss. And what X said was just a convenient outlet for this feeling I've always had. I can't remember how I came across this shop. No matter how I try, the memory never surfaces. It's like a dream slipping through your fingers when you wake up. But what I do recall very clearly is the first time I walked into the shop, boss told me she needed an assistant and it just so happened that we met before. She said this must be fate. It really was a miraculous twist of fate that we'd meet before at Yichun Temple. Back then I was talking to X about praying for romance and X said Yichun Temple was great for that and she'd bring me to visit. I was kinda curious so I tagged along, but I ended up not praying for romance anyway. Sorry, stop there for a while because something is flying in the room. Turns out it's just a moth. Okay, anyway, I went with something else. That was when I met Boss. In the month or so I've known her, Boss has been very kind to me. There isn't much to do in the shop, so we chatted a lot. But despite all those conversations, I realized I have no idea where she's from, how old she is, or why she chose to open a cafe that no one ever visits. Just today, a really weird customer came in. He was a huge snob, blah 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 blah. I don't know where boss meets them, but they're always asking her for favors. I get sent away whenever that happens, so I don't know what they discuss. I know the shop has a basement, but I don't have the key, so I've never been inside. Sometimes I might just be imagining it, but I hear thudding sounds, like someone is chopping meat in there, and that suitcase just happened to show up next to the shop, like discarded offal. I can hear the same sound coming from next door right now. Thud, 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 like someone chopping meat. I have to take a look. What? Okay. Okay. Do I believe or don't believe it? I think I will believe it. I think I will believe it. After hearing more of the boss and how strange she behaves and all that shit. Yeah, I think it's safe to assume that something weird is going on in the cafe. Click start when you check where the sound is coming from. Okay, let's check then. I was brought in for questioning again, and it went all day long. By now, I must know this process better than most people. That'll probably come in handy if I join the force. As I leave the police station, that swampy stench is still lingering. At first, I thought a pipe had burst somewhere in my house, but the smell follows me no matter where I go. Is it just because it's about to rain? Now I remember the day I met my boss. The weather was just like it's been lately. Damp and humid. Yichun Temple is known for the accuracy of its divinations. People flock there to offer incense, not just from Longchun itself, but from the neighboring cities. Wu Weijin, wow, after calling her ex on the forum, I almost called her ex in my own head too. Anyway, she gone to the toilet. So I was left alone in the area for drawing fortunes, surrounded by the aroma of burning sandalwood. As I shook the tube of fortunes, it slipped in my unsteady grip. The fortune sticks flew out in a long arc. But before I could pick up the fallen sticks, someone beat me to it. It was the boss. Wondering, one encounters a soulmate clasping hands, two soar into the sky. Is this yours? Here you go. Ah, thank you. You can have my spot. It's alright. What are you praying for? I'd already changed my mind about what to pray for, but for some reason, with her gazing at me like that, I found myself hanging my head and mumbling the reason why I'd come in the first place. A romance fortune. Is that so? Well, there is fortune in every encounter. I'm Wen Hao. What's your name? Xian. That's a fine name. Your wish will come true. Really? Of course, you're such a darling girl. Someone's sure to fall for you. I held a meddling fortune, but hearing her words, I feel like I had really drawn the greatest lot of all. Once the boss was done speaking, she left. When Wu Weijin returned from the toilet, we went into the temple together so the monks could interpret our fortunes. The sky outside was overcast and the damp air made me uncomfortable. The diviner who interpreted fortunes seemed kindly and good-natured. I was only with him for a little while before the sun came out again, and the moist air dispersed as well. The diviner's snow-white beard and eyebrows were twitching. It was pretty funny to watch, but I knew I probably wasn't allowed to laugh here, so I bowed my head and hunched my shoulders, keeping my expression firmly in check. Just then I heard the diviner call me. Almsgiver, did you come across anyone on your way here? I don't think so. Why? It matters not. This fortune signifies a difficult beginning, but better tidings to come. Obstacles are inevitably upon your path. It is a middling fortune, however, that does not necessarily mean what you wish for will not come to pass. You, almsgiver, have an affinity with immortals. It is best to let matters take their own course. If your obsessions run too deep, it bodes ill for you. An affinity with immortals? Naturally. You hold this fate in your own hands. Okay. August 20, 2004. 7th lunar month, 5th day. Someone has replied to you. Once you're done browsing, check the replies. Yeah, okay, okay. I'll check the. Oh crap! I click the red. I click red. Oh shit! Shit! I clicked the wrong goddamn thing. I clicked the wrong damn thing. Okay, let's see. Oh, I smell gossip. Is OP on the legendary ghost romance route? Okay, blah 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 blah. OP's boss seems dangerous. I feel like there's more to her than meets the eye. Please be careful. If you know too much, you might end up in the basement, and then all you can do is pray. Previous is right. I think it's likely the boss is the murderer. You can't stay in that shop. Get out of there quick. What are you talking about? Haven't you realized the voice of OP heard? And all these thudding sounds, they're just persistent hallucinations. To be honest, the OP's boss sure sounds like a spiritual master and a legit powerful one. Why else would that customer be so respectful? Wait, I just remembered. Someone in an old thread said all the victims were mystics of some sort. What if OP's boss is one too? OP opening the door alone is making me super nervous. I hope it isn't some ghost calling. OP, please be careful. It's been a whole day. Is OP back yet? Fawning over the boss weirdly. Are they asking her for favors? I know I'm getting off topic, but did anyone else see that other thread? The one pointing out what the Julong River victims had in common. I kind of feel like it matches what OP is saying. Previous, shh, that thread got locked. Don't bring the admin down on us. That post was ridiculous. If you're gonna make shit up, at least put more effort into it. Mods have locked down the thread. Gonna reply. I saw. It was pretty ridiculous, but it did seem like there might be something to it. Okay, can we reply? What else can we reply? Oh, there's one. None sweats, none of that. I've got a partner. Alright. Tell everyone about my day. Okay, all replies read. And folks, I'm gonna stop this here, okay? Alright. We're gonna continue this tomorrow. I'm gonna stop it here because my throat's getting dry, hurting from all the bullshit, the shit ton of words this game has. Holy crap, man. Alright, I'm gonna go rest now. Thanks for watching.